Rats me and he also plays bass. Marc has sewage all over the place. Rob sits on his ass and he draws. Chris thinks people really suck. Marc finds dead raccoons and ducks. Rob sits on his ass and he vlogs about things that probably don't exist. It's Mightiest Bastards.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Earth's Mightiest Bastards vlog. I am Marc Stores, and with me as always is...
Chris.
And...
Uncle Rob.
Awesome.
Uncle. Ah, yeah. Everyone's uncle. The universal uncle.
The universal Uncle Rob. So, just as a pre-vlog warning here, this is going to be full of spoilers because we're going to be doing a review / geek out session on the Deadpool movie that we just went and saw.
Yeah.
We're a little bit late. Admittedly, a little bit late, but
real life interrupts.
It happens. But we finally got out to see it. So
I predict it's going to be a hit. We saw it 3 days before its premiere. I think it's going to do really well.
Yes.
Digital lies.
There.
It's fucking bullshit.
All right, so from this point on, no more spoiler alerts. We're spoiling it for you. And take it away. What'd you think?
It was stupid. No, it was freaking awesome. It was the best.
What a great movie.
It was the best, hardcore adaptation of an adult character that has happened since Watchmen, Judge Dredd, and it really was perfect for what the Deadpool character is.
Yeah.
In terms of it being a super meta character that's aware of its situation as a comic book character, but just also as a badass assassin.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it could live up to the hype, I'll be honest. For a while I thought, I've seen Ryan Reynolds be smug, and I like Van Wilder as much as anybody, but I don't know if I can watch this again.
Right.
And yet it ended up clicking in such a way, and the violence was just brutal enough, and the love story was actually endearing enough.
Yeah.
That I found myself completely invested. I cared, and it's basically an excellent revenge movie, which is one of my fucking favorite genres.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is a revenge movie.
I was kind of shocked that it was a really good love story.
You bought it. It's
Totally
two white
worked.
trash people completely smitten and perfect for each other. It was great.
I think he even said he's like, you're the perfect type of crazy for my type of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it totally worked out. It was great.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going in thinking it was going to be a love story.
No.
But you knew there had to be something
Clearly,
in there, and there was, and it was just enough.
And it's like
It wasn't
it's
too
something
much,
we've seen in a million movies, whether it's Murtaugh's daughter at the end of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
They take the loved one to make you galvanize and come out of hiding so the bad guys can get you. It's been done a million times. Yeah. But this was done exemplarily. And indeed, it integrated the X-Men mythos only by using Colossus and Megaton Teenage Warhead, a character I wasn't familiar with.
Yep, Megaton.
All right. But whatever she was badass. And it was great that they actually really presented the X-Men influence on this, I guess, created.
Yeah. No, I like it. And it was just two of them, and there was no weird kind of like, he was like, trying not to kill people or whatever, but it was this overbearing do-gooder.
No, and even when he's killing people, he's like, you're still going to be awesome someday.
Right, yeah. It was
a great interpretation of Colossus.
That is Colossus. He's older.
Yeah.
He's not, that's Colossus.
And he's just like a sweet guy who follows the rules, doesn't want to look at boobs, he's trying to be polite always.
That's funny.
Good dude who's super strong and made of super chrome or titanium or whatever the hell he's made out of. But it was a great interpretation of him. And Ryan Reynolds who gets a chance. I mean, granted, you can't blame him for Green Lantern because that was just horrible.
He's just an actor doing
and you can't blame him for the first incarnation of Deadpool because that was just horribly written. Who gets to redeem himself a third time, not only as a superhero but in the same character.
The same character, right?
Yeah, do it perfectly.
Right,
and he owned it. And I'm glad this movie's that. And the opening credit sequence was absolutely
how great was it's awesome.
Produced by asshats.
CGI character.
Yeah, CGI humorous relief.
The world's the world's perfect idiot or something like that.
Ryan Reynolds, of course.
Yeah, and it's still not. Even we were talking on the pod about superhero. It's not a superhero movie. Really.
No, it's not at all. No. It's definitely
like why they're like, the first superhero, but it's really
it's still not. It's an anti-hero movie, and he's Deadpool. I mean,
this superheroes in it.
Yeah, this really is probably as close to the book version of Deadpool as you're ever going to get.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the origin's a little bit different, but for the most part, it's Deadpool.
Yeah, it's him, and the way he breaks down the fourth wall, he does it in a way that
the 16th wall
or the 16th wall.
He was in the fourth wall, went to the fourth wall, total 16 walls. Yeah.
And that's okay, because he's a meta character. I hate that phrase. I know it sounds all hipstery, but I'm drinking Yingling, so clearly I'm not a hipster.
No,
but that having been said, it works in this context. Like, it wouldn't work for any other character. I don't want any other character turning to me and making comment on the fact that they realize they're fictional.
No, I don't want Wolverine going, hey.
Yeah, I'm pretty awesome now.
How awesome was the Wolverine reference?
All of them.
They were
the
really
Hugh
good.
Jackman box all the way through from the nut job to
His
the
face.
fake mask.
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of great references to the first appearance of Deadpool in the Wolverine movie, which we all know was a complete
from the action figure to
Yeah.
And obviously the Green Arrow part that we saw in the trailer, where he's like, "Don't give me a green costume and don't animate."
There was even a wallet photo.
There was
Green Lantern.
of him as Green Lantern. Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious. No, it's a great movie. It's the most self-aware superhero movie I've ever seen, in that it knows what it is, it knows what it's trying to do, it knows the audience is trying to appeal to, and then it's not afraid to appeal to us. You can see the gray, the adult comic book fan that grew up with it, that's mature enough to handle it, and wants to see it get a little saucy.
Yeah.
And it does so perfectly without being a mockery of the genre.
Yeah, like, as a comic book reader, I remember going to the comic shop to get the issue of X-Force where they introduced Deadpool. And
I remember buying it
the
too.
New Mutants as well. I think it was Cable, but I've been reading this character since inception.
Yeah.
Like since it began, and all of a sudden now
Decades ago now.
Yeah, and I mean clearly the version of the Wolverine Deadpool was just ungodly.
It was inaccurate.
No, yeah.
But you know what? We
now
live in a world where the reboot is an accepted fact. Once upon a time, you had to get like public consensus by the rights.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, all right, it's been 11 years, not even, usually 22 years. The thing got made in 1954. I'm making up times now. And in 1982, John Carpenter's going to do it again, and he's really sorry.
Yeah.
But here it is. And it was a whole to-do. Now you can literally reboot a character 4 months later. If it doesn't work,
totally.
F it. Send it back to the blender, mix it up again, put it back in the oven, see if it takes this time.
That's the way.
There's just, and you know what? I would ordinarily say that you can't get anything good from it, but the best thing is you do, because eventually they keep doing it until they get it right.
Well, the second
Which
shot,
I hope they do with the Punisher. I hope they do with a lot of Fantastic Four, for the love of God.
the second shot of Deadpool, they nailed it. Like,
Yeah.
This is the Deadpool that I want to see.
But also,
going
this
forward.
company doesn't have a good track record. So now they have
Yeah, they really don't.
they have this to live up to every time.
Every time.
They have to.
And you know they're going to do it. This is the dark side. This is the harbinger of doom, as we said before. This is the part where they're constantly going to make everything funny and R-rated and saucy and weird, and not every character
But
can
X-Men
do that.
Apocalypse isn't going to be this good.
No.
I'll tell you right now.
Probably not.
I mean, Singer's still a competent director.
Yeah, but it's going to be as good as the
rest of them.
The last one he just did, which was okay.
Which was a fine ride.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was a good
But
time
this
waster,
is a
and once
different
upon a time, it would have been it was a blockbuster, but it's not good enough anymore, and that's the problem. Now I'm afraid that the simple joys of what the Avengers are, and the simple joys of the Guardians of the Galaxy might, get tainted a little. I hope not. I hope Marvel stays
think,
true.
No, they will.
Yeah, Marvel's not going to go.
They've got to win.
I mean, it's still Disney.
Yeah, nobody
it's
wants.
Still Disney.
No, they can, and even, they can still do something a little different and maintain their Marvelness.
Yes, and they're not looking for dick jokes because they don't need it. They've already got a franchise.
And this is kind of opening the door now. Like, this is kind of opening the door, and we talked about this in the pod that we just recorded that you can hear at embpod.com. This is opening the door now for R-rated super current
Wolverine 3.
Yeah, Wolverine 3 is going to be R-rated.
But again, Punisher kind of needs to be revisited. I know he's in the new Daredevil.
There's going to be
go that way,
a R-rated cut of Batman v Superman,
which
done
is
of
ridiculous.
Justice. We're going to talk about that in episode 207. So you should.
But
check
that's
that
not
out,
a smart
or
way.
206.
You had good writers on this movie. You had people that
were
the
intentionally
material.
setting out to do this.
Yeah, and now you're just going to be look. People are just going to be throwing fuck.
It's going to
For
be
no reason.
It's going to be fart jokes and heads exploding like it's scanners.
Or
just
trying
because
to do
Deadpool was
quips
a hit.
and something that's funny, and it's not gonna be.
And not a lot of people can pull off quips. I mean, this was perfectly suited for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
It's
this
good
is-
that he stuck with the character until they did it right, because this is him, 100%.
This is kind of his, like he had two failing superhero roles, and now he totally
massive hit.
huge. Now
And
that
he
he's done this,
he looks like Freddy Krueger,
He is
and it doesn't
Deadpool,
matter. He's a
like-
badass.
Yeah.
from now on, I'm not going to think of him as the failed Green Lantern.
And for the ladies,
Like, the awesome Deadpool.
I can't say if it was CGI or not, but I did see some dick and ball shadow in a couple shots.
Ooh, there was
Just a
there
hint.
was
I mean,
some,
we're not talking Dr. Manhattan full on
No,
schlong
but
flop.
there may have been some.
You will definitely get naked Ryan Reynolds ass, and you will most. There's the indication, the hint. If you got like a really quick freeze frame,
Maybe.
Frisky Fingers, you might be able to stop it and see something.
You know?
Oh, snap.
I mean,
Snap.
sometimes you want to see Deadpool and you
I
want to
know.
see Ryan Reynolds junk.
Who doesn't?
Dinky balls.
Dinky balls.
Dinky ball.
Okay.
So what was your favorite part of the film?
My favorite. Oh, geez, I don't even know how to.
Give me a favorite moment.
There were so many of them. I loved. Oddly enough, I really loved his relationship with Morena. There, Morena, help me out with the last name.
Baccarin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First off, she's drop dead gorgeous, and the love story is great. So I know I'm going to be all sappy when I say it, but I really loved a lot of that. And also, I think the way they edited the beginning, which was very much flashback oriented, with the action scene on the overpass, I thought that was pretty
Yeah, that was
pretty
pretty
wicked.
cool.
Yeah,
Usually
that
I don't
beginning was
love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
But that was really well done.
I thought this isn't a Deadpool moment, it's a Colossus moment, but the fight with Colossus and Angel Dust was really good. Like,
Yeah, it was tough.
action-wise,
All the fights were
all the
well
fights
done.
were really good.
really good.
Yeah.
Actually.
And she, I've never even seen her before, but she was handing Colossus's ass.
Yeah, she was.
Like, clearly she's super strong,
Yeah.
whatever her
working
deal
him
is.
over. Yeah. What was your favorite part, Chris?
There wasn't really a favorite. It was just a good movie.
Just everything, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was
No, I
like,
think-
this is the shining moment. It was just
Yeah, no, I think everything overall.
Good fights,
it all
good fucking-
worked together. Yeah. Now, comedically, I couldn't stop laughing about.
Oh, there was one part I
the
know.
hand. I'm
The baby hand was funny.
sitting between Chris and Rob, and there's
You
a
were
part where
dying.
Deadpool's hand is starting to grow back, and it's because he cut it off. And it's a little tiny baby hand where he's just kind of like this.
Yeah, it was kind of horrible.
And he puts it on his blind roommate's face.
Yeah.
And then it says it's the size of a spork. From
Yeah,
KFC.
yeah, I know.
Earth's mightiest bastard. Earth's mightiest bastard. We might not know more than you, but now that we think about it, I think